5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm John Miglosh for the Wisconsin DMA and the International Society for Strategic Marketing. What is that anyway? Well, we put on stuff. We have webinars and teach you things. And I was going to pull up an article about how marketers are being more productive but getting less training. Yeah, well, training might be overrated. A lot of times those that can do, and those who can't do, teach. It's a little hard to say, but I'll get through it. Okay, so let's just get over and see about ant infestation. Let's make sure we've got this. Let's make sure we've got this at the start. We didn't, but now we will. Ding.
We love our new home. There's so much space.
We have a guest room now.
But we have ants.
You're slouching again, Ted.
Expired. Expired. Expired.
Thanks, Aunt Bonnie.
It's a lot of house. I hope you can keep it clean.
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
Which helps us save a lot of money.
Oh, Teddy, did you get my friend request?
I'll have to check.
Aunt Joni's here.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
There we go. Oh, good Lord, that looks bad. Okay, let's see if the PDFs are working. Right? Yeah, it seems like they are. Data never sleeps. The new report came out from Domo. This is their 8th annual Data Never Sleeps report. What is new? Well, mostly people have become more dependent on apps to work from home, on video chat to socialize, and on mobile delivery services for goods, and on video streaming for entertainment. I don't use apps if I can help it, right? So I'm live streaming on Periscope, but you don't need the Periscope app. It restreams to Twitter. I'm also on YouTube. Use your browser. I'm on Facebook. Use your browser. And Twitch. I don't know how you get to Twitch. I never watch it on Twitch. Anyway, so the data never sleeps. Now here on the note that the data never sleeps, and 59% of the world's population has access to the internet, which has gone up 3% since last year in January. Keeps going. We're all connected. Heaven help us. Oral-B, talking about never sleeping. Oral-B ushers Alexa into the bathroom with new voice-integrated toothbrush. I don't even want to think about this. It keeps track of when you brush. There's a downloadable app that you can put on your phone. Lets you... I don't know what the point of it exactly is. You got your phone sitting right there. And I don't really need to be reminded to brush my teeth. I brush my teeth about as often as everybody, on holidays if I need it. One of my favorite jokes. Okay, so Apple versus Facebook. This was a much more interesting article than I expected. That's one of my challenges in life is I have to, oops, what did I just do? Just close the window. I should not try to close all my stuff. Okay, here it is. We're back to this. Why Facebook is worried about Apple's IDFA changes. Okay, now yesterday I talked about how tracking was difficult, attribution was difficult. So today we're going to talk a little bit about Apple changing the rules, which is it's a constantly ebb and flow battle between the privacy advocates and the ad trackers, the people trackers. And to the ad trackers I say, be careful. Personalization probably doesn't work as well as you think. There's other ways to do it that may be more effective, which we did mention yesterday. But to the privacy people I say, you don't really have privacy. God sees, and obviously the internet sees. They know when you've been sleeping. They know if you're awake. They know if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. If there was ever an argument for being good, it's the internet. Anyway, and this author, Tim Cross, says this could deal a significant blow to Facebook's ad business because the most significant area where this this has impact is in gaming app downloads. There are, I don't play any of those games. I played Civilization, and I played Zork, and I played Doom a little, and I just decided it wasn't worth it. I wasn't going to be good enough at it to be good enough, and so I did download Pokemon Go once, and I did pretty well in the intro, but once I got to the real game, I could see how you could fall into a manhole. And those little buggers seemed like demons anyway. But my kids didn't download it. They thought it was for kids. They said, "Dad, you can't download Pokemon Go. You're old." You know what? My phone didn't care. And it probably threw the personalization crowd for a loop anyway. But I didn't spend any money. So why would this work? Most of the decisions about web browsers, like retiring the cookies, have worked in Facebook's favor. That's what we said yesterday. What we said was because Facebook has first-party behavior, they have an advantage. They can collect more data than anybody else. But a big part of their ad shtick is tracking when you download the app, right? That link. Remember we said if you leave the walled garden, the link is broken most of the time. So Apple's identity, if you're on Facebook and you're using an Apple phone and you use the ID, I keep thinking it's IDF, but it's not exactly. It's IDFA. The IDF, I think, is the Israeli Defense Force or something like that. Anyway, so they can track your phone going to other apps, and they can track when you download. You see an ad, you download. That gives you that attribution. It gives you something like a labeled data set. The problem, of course, is that it doesn't tell you who didn't download and saw the app, because we're not sure anybody sees apps or sees ads or apps because, it's going by on your phone. We can tell that you saw it and you ordered within Facebook's current architecture. And Apple's identity matching helps with that. Now, the trouble is that by taking away some of this identity linking, by Apple taking it away, does it really hurt Facebook, or does it hurt everybody else more who doesn't have any first-party behavior data? I would say it hurts everyone else more than Facebook. Facebook will have less, but everybody will have less. There's a thought. So I would disagree with Tim on this one. It's going to basically say whenever an app assumes your permission, instead of that, it's going to ask you if you allow this app to spy on, to track you across websites, apps owned by other companies. Not many are going to say yes to that. Not the way that's put forward. But that gives you what is going on with the app story I quoted yesterday about how people are creating fake apps and using these API interfaces to the walled gardens and to other places, and are able to gather information and puff ad viewership, even though the apps themselves are fake. Okay, now, on a counter to Tim Cross's article, my friend Ray Schultz wrote about LiveIntent and Full Contact are partnering on identity resolution across channels. Yesterday I said that was difficult. Today we have a story that says we can do it. Okay? The objective is to put, and I just really like this, control of the person level information, you're thinking, in the hands of the consumer. No. In the hands of the marketer to create competitive differentiation. It seemed to me it was to spy on me and to try to guess what I'll do. We know all about you, so we can predict what you do. Those are the two big lies of marketing today, database marketing. But anyway, LiveIntent brings to the table a stable ID or non-ID in way of predicting the primary email address. So they link your email address to your browser or device. Okay, so they use an email address, and my phone asks me when I break one phone and load the next, it says, what email are you going to use? And so my Gmail is connected to my phone. Now, part of why I do that is because I don't use Gmail much at all. If you ever send me a message on Gmail, it's likely I won't see it unless I'm traveling. I back my messages up from my main email, john@migmar.com, over to Gmail, and then that gives me access to all of my main emails. But I don't look at Gmail, so people will tell me, I say, I never got it, and they'll say, I sent it to you, let me check. And it's the Gmail, because I don't check it during the day or anytime I have access to a computer, because I think it's silly to try to figure out anything really on a phone. Must be terribly old school. But full contact then matches or marries its person ID, a persistent portable identifier, which is a little bit like the Apple ID. So this, connecting this with this, gives you a persistent identity on your phone and browser across time, and apps and websites. So I think this is going to beat, if it comes, if it gets wide use, but it looks to me like it's going to, it's not that much more complicated than a cookie that stays on your phone, but it's better because it doesn't rely on the cookie staying on your phone. It tracks you anyway. Is that good? Be good for goodness sake is all I got to say. Okay? That's enough for today. Have a great day. Like and share. Your friends will know you're smart. I'm John Miglosh. Let's get up here and give us a headline. Bye-bye.